Hello and welcome to another episode of Space Engineers. The holidays are over and it's been so nice to relax over Christmas. However, we need to get back and continue working on the base. So today we are building the reactor room. We're also going to show off a few upgrades that I have done to the elevator. Of course, the elevator is not totally done yet. I'll do a lot more of its stuff off camera, as there is several things to do as we zip down this hallway and head on over to the elevator, which looks different. And also, yes, I rebuilt my rover. It is exactly the same. It is my cute little rover, and we will take it on a little drive. I think I can get it all the way up to the third floor where I'm planning to put the reactor, but we wanted to show this off right here. So I put in a safety niche, as you can see. We can't drive off the back of the elevator, which is probably a good thing. But let me negotiate my little butt onto here. Come on, straighten it out and park. Now, this is to keep you from driving off the end as you're coming onto the elevator. You also know airtight doors. That's great. So let us go, and we're going to the third floor, and we're also going to rotate around. And if you noticed, that door is closing automatically. Isn't that wonderful? And you also see something when we arrive on the third floor here, heading our way up. So for this, we have a counteracting rover up here. Not rover, rotor, which is moving this catwalk grating system around, essentially just keeping it in place while the thing rotates around it, and also having the catwalks inside, so that we have sort of a little, more of a car. As you see here, when it comes in, it starts to open with automatic hangar doors. That is done by having this little pocket here and having a sensor that is detecting when a subgrade is right there. So as soon as the elevator gets to that floor, it will trigger the subgrade. So if I take the elevator away, it starts to close. If I put the elevator back, come on, back to third floor. Also sped up the elevator a little bit, and it seems to be working nicely. Little jump, but that's fine. It opens up. So we can drive on in to our new third floor, which we still have artificial gravity here, so we can drive. Although, I'm going to have to back my way around this hallway to get out, because there's not enough room here yet. So maybe taking the vehicle up here was not a good idea. But, oh well. We have our reactor room. There will be more on this fourth floor eventually, but not yet. Not yet. So, I have gotten this all prepped because it was just a bunch of boring work, really. I mean, it was just me making a room. Like, how much do you actually want to see me doing that? But we are finally in the iron ball. So let me put myself down here. We'll get into the spectator camera. And so we can see the iron ball and what I've done with the blueprint underneath of it. So we have a pipe running back down from this part of the base over and up and over again, splitting here, going up to this side and also going up to this side, with these being centered-ish into the room as best as I can. And they are going to be what my reactor is going to be spinning inside, because it's going to be like a giant gyroscope spinny thing. Now, this is far too much infrastructure for a reactor. This is silly, but I don't care. This is going to be fun, and that's all that really matters. But for this, we need to do a few tricks with rotors to have multiple rotors, because we've got two rotors here they are both going to be spinning something in the center, and they're going to be connected together. So we're going to do some tricks with that. Also, we have added in hinges. Now this is another mod. Of course, I'll be adding it to the mod collection, but hinges, they're like the last thing that need to occur in this game, I feel, for the different mechanicals. Like, we have rotors for our rotation, we have pistons for our lateral, and we need hinges for angular change. And then that'll be all our different actuations that we can think of. So instead of, for a hinge, needing, say, multiple stacked rotors, we can just have a hinge. And it's so good. So, the idea being, what we're going to do is we're going to start, if I use the tip of my little welder here, we're going to go from here down, using light angles on the hinges down to here, put in a conveyor block, light angles on the hinges back up, making a giant U, and then do the whole thing again. So it's going to be a giant circle of these hinges. Then we're going to connect it there. Well, it'll already be connected there, but connect it there. The giant thing coming all the way back. And then we'll do the same thing going in on another rotor to another circle, or at least to start a semicircle, and then another rotor to be the reactor in the center. It's going to take a while, but we'll do the first bit together, and then I'll fast forward to having it done. So, I've already somewhat figured out the angles for this. We're going to start with conjunction, and then, no, not just a regular tube. And then for the conveyor hinge, you can see if you come in, just at the bottom there, if I can't really move my screen around, but you can see there was a plus and a minus here. So when that gets built up, the plus is where it'll be bending towards quite nicely and easily. Come on. Build my hinge, build and repairs. But we can keep laying things out here. So another tube and another hinge, trying to keep everything so that it's all pointing towards the positive. See right there how it's positive and negative? Now we can go into the hinge and say, I want you to be 22.5, which is half of 45. And I want you to be at 1 RPM, and that's going to bend it out to 22.5, and it kind of snaps there. Same thing with this one. We want 22.5, and move it out. And those two, combining together, will be 45 degrees. And just continue our way around here. Another thing, another hinge, another thing, another hinge. Since, you know, build and repair needs its time to build stuff. And eventually, we'll do just sort of one half of it to begin with. When we get down to here, put in the 22.5 for these. And this one. This should snap into position, and now we've gone 90 degrees, which is awesome. But we're not exactly centered. This light is centered down here, so we need to put out another tube, and then a junction, and then we'll continue going on the other way as well afterwards, so we'll be putting a tube there. We're slightly off of center, but that can be handled with rotor displacement. Just a few centimeters this way. Then we'll go up with another advanced rotor to another conveyor junction. And let's head back this way. We'll build everything up on this side. Continuing with another thing, and then a tube, and another hinge, and another tube, but that won't fit. Yeah, and that's the idea. So this big one will rotate this way. This one will rotate, if I'm looking down on it, this way. And then inside there will be another one that is rotating like this way. And so we'll have all the different rotation axes all set up, which will be beautiful. These ones on the interior are going to be 30 degrees. Because then I'll need 3 of them to make this corner. I'd like to make the 90-degree change. And 1 RPM. And another tube. And another hinge. And then should be a junction. And that should line up, actually, if I've done things correctly. Or at least if everything works out. At least that's the hope, that everything will work out. Come on, build and repair. Make my hinge. Thank you. 30 degrees, 30 degrees, and 1. A little low, but again, we can go into here, we can pop into this, and a rotor displacement can be pushed up. And it gets us most of the way there. There will be some clang. I suspect this will be the clangiest thing I have ever clanged. And then from here, I'm not exactly sure what I want to do. I'm thinking just rotor, tube, reactor. There is a port there, like so. And I think that's the best I can do here, considering this rotor displacement and such will be off, but we can have the reactor and it can be all connected up and functional here. The idea being, then, we start all these things spinning, and the reactor's just spinning in the center, not moving in space, but just rotating around, and it will look amazing. Oh, I need power. I need power.
No station fuel.
Soon, station. Soon you will have fuel, and you won't be yelling at me for that anymore. And it will be glorious. Now, I want to connect this side all the way back up to that side. So we're going to continue on with that. Oh, God. I was like a fly on a windshield there. Just, I can't get out. I can't get out of the house. We'll just keep putting these on and let build and repair work on them. Doing the 22.5 back up to that. Okay, we've got the majority of the initial loop done. But then how do you connect this here? Like, how do you make this work? Because it's not like I could, say, grind down this conveyor, put on a head through the menu. If I come in here and I find that head, although actually probably be easier if I do this with here. If I add a rotor head, oh, it says it already exists. That's probably because this thing is just in the way. This just doesn't like this when you're trying to connect it up. But this is the trick. So, say you have the advanced rotor, or any rotor here. You have it with its head. You build whatever you want to build from here, spanning the gap to your other rotor. And you can see how there's a tiny bit of gap here. And that's denoted by the rotor displacement. Then, you, instead of putting in a entire rotor, you just get the advanced rotor part, or the rotor part, whichever is applicable. And instead of building it in there, you build the rotor part on the side like that. Now this rotor part is sort of free floating. You can go into this thing, and you should be able to attach. And then you're attached. Now this is attached to this, which then comes down around here to this. And look at all these subgrids that we're doing. Dear God, this is too many. You are too bendy. You are too far. 65. No. 30 degrees, please. There we go. We'll just whip you back into position. Now, everything's a little bit jank here. So how about we just go to all the hinges and share a nurse tensor. That just tightens everything right up. Beautiful. It also fixed somewhat the height issue here. But we'll do the same thing here. We have one advanced rotor going into here on this side. So then we will place an advanced rotor. Oh god, I can't place it. We will instead bend that out of the way so that it has more room so that I can place the advanced rotor. Take the head off. Move the advanced rotor back into place. Oh, I am so tricky. Rotors. Hinges, man. That is awesome. Then I can place the tube. Oh my god, can I place the tube? Maybe not. Can I? I can't take that rotor displacement in any further. Ooh. Is this going to bite me in the butt here? I might need to screw around with this a little bit. Give myself a little bit more space here. Come on, stop jiggly. Thought I told all you guys to not rotor lock, share nurse attention. Didn't I not? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Let's bend that back a little bit. We should be able to hopefully bend this out of the way. Like so. To make room to place this advanced rotor part and then bend these back into the way. Reverse that one back into position. And then reverse this one back into position. And be in a somewhat close enough. Okay, this is going to be the clangiest moment. Let's save. I'm going to try to attach this. Okay, here we go. Oh, baby. It worked. And it all tightened out. Oh, we're definitely going into this thing and taking that displacement down, though, as far as it physically can. That's not as far as it can. Which rotor is that? Open shunt, advanced rotor. I just need to find that particular rotor here.
No station fuel.
Oh, there will be station fuel in the future, though. Come on, displacement can be lower. There we go. That tightened it up a little bit. That's so awesome! Okay. So we got that connected to that connected to that. We got these two semicircles. I don't even know if I need these more than this. Or is this my reactor? So what we want to do is get this velocity going. And we want to have like one as the driver and like one as a how can you do this? So you have one driving and one essentially is like free spinning.
No station fuel.
Test. Braking torque. No torque. That's what it needs. So we have one. This one being what's driving the spin. This one just along for the ride being connected. And that's rotating. Okay, now this one can start. We'll start it rotating, although in the future I will turn it off for a second so that I can get the one upstairs also working. This one, we'll put velocity 1, and this one will take torque down to nothing. Oh my god, it is spinning. And now all we need to do is increase those speeds. We should just pump these speeds, pump them up all the way. Get a nice, good, like, I don't know, set them all to 5. Oh my god. It's beautiful. I need to get in there and get the other ones. I should probably stop this one for a moment. Off. Can you brake? Ah, yeah, you're slowing down. Okay, good. Ever so slowly you're slowing down, but it is slowing down. Come here. Let's get your velocity down to 0 for a moment. Oh god, I'm getting turned around. This room is a sphere and it doesn't help. We'll just put your velocity down for the moment. Is it this one? Nope, it's the other one being the drive one. So much jiggle. We want to share inertia tensors on all of these specific ones here. That will keep the jiggle down. Oh god, this is beautiful. Ah, this is absolutely beautiful. So, let's rename all these. So this is going to be the drive one. So this is going to be advanced rotor, reactor. Oh, I guess... How should I call this? Layer 1, circle 1. How about ring 1 drive? And this is going to be advanced rotor, reactor, ring 1 coast. Because this one's just coasting along, just being thing. This is advanced rotor, reactor, ring 2 drive. We don't have a ring 2 coast yet. Is it this one? No, this one is advanced rotor, reactor, ring 3 coast. I guess not ring 3, but whatever. It works. I'm not going to go and rename everything. Ring 3 drive. It's so clangy. I love it. So all I need to do now is, as I've shown, what I can do. I need to... do I? I wonder if I do. Let's just go and turn all those drive ones on.
Station fuel.
So, we have all of our reactor, ring 1, 2, and 3 drives. Let's go select them to like 5 RPM. Share inertia tensor off for them? How can I get you guys to spin? Because ring 1 is not spinning. Why are you not spinning? Reactor. Advanced rotor. Ring 1 coast. Oh, I gotta turn off the inertia tensor there. Reactor. Okay, that's spelled wrong. Reactor. There we go. I'll just get rid of the ring part, so that way I can easily see which ones are part of 1, 2, and 3 here. I think that looks really cool. It is so unnecessarily complex, but I frickin' love it. I want to crank that speed up.
Fuel.
I want to see it break. Let's save. I'm invoking Clang today. I want to see this thing break. "30 RPMs. Oh, it works. Oh, that is so cool. I'd be frightened to go and fly in there right now with my character, as I think I would just get absolutely wrecked. But you can see this uneven tumbling of the reactor in the center, as it has the when things align, it spins really quickly, but there's times when the rotations counteract each other, and it is working just it's like it sits there for a moment, unmoving. That is exactly what I wanted. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, I am so excited about this. Oh, shut up. You will have station fuel eventually. These drive pistons, let's set them back to 0 RPM here. And everything... Oh, wow, it all, Oh, man. Oh, I wonder if I can do that. I could have it, all come to an abrupt stop, right at the... So it's facing the bottom and it's all lined up. That was super... It was, a coincidence here. But I wonder if that's possible. Oh god, I wish it is. But yeah, I think I'm going to spend a few minutes off camera here. I want to see, because I'm not sure if it is, if I can... Did it just... The hell? It just, took the end off this thing? Hey, come on. Build that. Come on. Don't you do that to me. I wonder... Okay, it's building that one. For some reason, it just must have thought that was a separate grid and decided to unweld it. But my other concern is, how the hell am I going to get these things to align? My guess is I can mix mods here, and I can use the advanced welding mod to get this done. Because the advanced welding mod is awesome. And then another junction. And that should be enough. Yep. And then we want a conveyor junction here, and we can go to advanced welding. We don't have the reactor anymore. We can put a weld pad on this, weld pad on there. And we can get these... Oh. That was the wrong thing to put 30 into. Yes. Ooh, okay, we're good now. Damn it. Oh, I just whapped the reactor with my thing there. Oh, God. Okay, build that up so I can get this thing pointing in the right direction. Thank you, thank you. And 1 RPM. There you go. There you go. I'm going to do it instead of... I should probably be able to do it from the bottom down. Yeah, it'll be fine. We'll do it this way. So we'll do the 30-30 and the 1. Getting these things into position. And in a perfect world, because these advanced welding plates essentially, like, they don't need any space. So you can see now, weld pad distance away, axes. Okay, yeah, we're perfectly aligned with roll, but we're 50% off the axes. So if I change this to 30, and I start to RPM it into place, weld pad is going to go like, okay, yeah, we're getting closer. Yeah, our axes are lining up. Come on, weld pad. Okay, clang. Is this going to clang? Come on, weld pad. Now we need to do is pull this a bit closer. How can I pull this a bit closer? I could take this arm here. You just need to get the distance a little bit. I can... to this bottom one and that bottom one, I can make them go a bit farther, like 35 degrees, and that will move the tops a bit closer together. We'll leave the lower limit at 30. We'll make this 35 degrees. And then we'll minus 5 degrees off of this. That moved him closer. We're just slightly off. What if I minused a tiny bit more? Another 5 degrees. Down to 20. Whoa! Hey, it worked. Okay, now I can reset all these things back to 30 degrees. And it'll just clang the fuck out. And that's all it's gonna do now. Oh my god. Current angle 35 degrees. Well, at some point you guys somebody needs to give. As this is not centered, and that annoys me. But hey, at least it connected. So that's how you could make that a circle. Now, the real bitch of it will be doing the big one and then connecting another rotor up there. Oh, man. This thing is just... yeah, this thing is just a explosion waiting to happen. I want to see if I can do this again, but in a better way. Let me remove that. Those will snap back into position. Weld pad. Weld pad. Why are they so far apart? It's probably because this is being pushed apart. These, number 3s, right? Number 3s. If we go into that reactor 3s, I want to look up at that when I'm doing that. Reactor 3 coast and drive. I can like, oh, look at that. I can flex it by using this rotor displacement. That's so cool. This entire thing just flexes. Now, I feel like I should do a similar thing in order to get this to connect. But I feel like the 5 degrees at a time was a little bit too much. So I'll fiddle around with this in order to get it correctly lined up. But I can still do it with these guys, where I can go to the 22.5. Set them at not 30 RPM, but 1 RPM. And I'll get these guys all set up going around the entire thing. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea for the reactor. It isn't complete yet.
No
But
station
holy crap,
fuel.
this thing is going to look cool when it is done. Oh, this is gonna look so good when it's all done. And then all I have to do is put in this window, the last one, seal up this room, put some LCD screens in here for update on reactor temperature and all that kind of stuff. I can just throw in a bunch of like random image conversions from Whip script and all of my power readouts and stuff like that. And that will be the reactor room. I think that turned out quite well. So yeah, I'll finish that all up and have it ready for the next episode. But for now, that's going to be it. What I'm trying to do, and I think it's more entertaining, is have a build ready to go and build the cool part on camera, where all the boring parts of like building this hallway and building that room, and building this connector tube and stuff are done off camera, such that we can spend the majority of our time fiddling with the cool thing. Hopefully you guys enjoy that, as that is the direction that I'd like to go with the videos. But that is going to be it for now. We have a reactor. Reactors online. And we just gotta wait for Build and Repair to finish building this up. Looks like a bunch of reactor components, some superconductors. I might need to go get some more gold, but I'll figure it all out and have this reactor perfectly functional for the next episode. Thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.